Marcus Allen has landed in Folsom this morning at the Candy Store Gallery, and you stayed there longer than you thought.
Yeah, I love this gallery. You're going to love it too. It's at the Crocker Art Museum. And full disclosure, when we planned these things out, as of a couple hours ago, I was going to be live at the Crocker Art Gallery in Sacramento. And I thought, why start there when truly this story begins right here on Sutter Street in this tiny home that still exists? Take a look. The story begins 60 years ago in this quaint little house at 605 Sutter Street in Folsom. This lady, Adeliza McHugh, bought the house to showcase her candy. She made a great nougat. Shut down by health officials, she reopened as an art gallery, keeping the name The Candy Store. And for 30 years, some of the most influential pop artists the world has ever known launched from this gallery. Priceless works have been gathered, now on tour, the main attraction at the Crocker Art Museum.
What do you think she would say if she knew that that little gallery, that tiny Sutter Street gallery in Folsom, had blossomed into something that's in a world-class gallery now?
You know, I think she knew, because even in her own time, these artists were showing throughout the country. They were showing in New York City. When she first started to show most of them, they weren't that well known, but by the time she was done 30 years later, a lot of them were internationally famous.
Though the gallery closed its doors 30 years ago this month, art historians still marvel at its national and world significance.
In that particular moment, Sac State and UC Davis were coming together and working together at this gallery, and then some artists came out from Chicago. The Chicago Harry Who artists came to teach at Sac State, and they started to show at the Candy Store. And there was a connection to the Regina Clay movement in Canada. So it was really this national confluence that was happening in Folsom, which was pretty remarkable.
Really awesome. And it started right there at that very house. No longer the Candy Store. That shut down 30 years ago, began 60 years ago. But really, most of those artists were world-renowned long before this shut down. And yeah, I had planned on shooting something there maybe for an hour on Friday. Ended up staying 3 hours. I think anyone and everyone will love this exhibit. Really remarkable. The most remarkable thing for me is how current and contemporary all the art is, though we're talking 6 decades ago. Walt, back to you.
Did you knock on their door this morning and say, hey, I hear you got some art pieces in there? And they'd be like, what?
No, but to that point, Walt, Jeremy and I were wondering, does someone now live in there? And yeah, we did see them peering out of that house, and they're probably not too thrilled that we have this giant spotlight pointed in their front door.
Yeah, I'm with them if that's what they're thinking.